Hello, and welcome to Mayday's first live stream playing Delta Green. I am Sergio, your handler. Let's introduce ourselves one at a time. Give me 1 second. I just realized I may have muted everybody. Oh, no, now I got it. 1 sec. All right, now that everyone is unmuted. Always some technical issues with OBS.
Always.
Keep me humble.
Never.
So I'm Sergio, your handler. We have Vince of Black Project Gaming. Hey, Vince.
Hey, thanks for having me, Sergio. I'm, like you said, I'm Vince with Black Project Gaming. I will be playing Nathan Grisgowiak, also known as Agent Grizz.
Then we have the amazing Matt J. How are you, Matt?
Hey everybody, I'm Matt, Dungeon Glitch on the Online. I'll be playing Agent FTD named Cedar, Salas, and Jang.
Nice. Hi, I'm Eli. I am playing Dr. Kayla Matthews, and also known as Agent Bones.
Certainly
Got
not
it.
least, the other Matt.
Yes, hello. I'm Matt S. with Spot Hidden, and I will be playing Bruce Briggs, Special Agent Bruce Briggs, also known as Agent Vigil.
Amazing.
Glad to be here.
It's kind of been a long time coming. You know, our first actual podcast was Delta Green, and we've moved into Twitch, and now we're streaming, and now we get to do a one-shot. So I'm very excited. I'm very happy that you guys could all join me today.
For sure.
Happy to
It's
be
good
here.
to be here.
Yeah.
Today, we will be running through a brand new original scenario entitled Looks Could Kill. As a warning to everybody watching, this stream may contain strong language, violent imagery, and adult situations, so viewer discretion is advised. With that said, you guys ready to play?
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
do it.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Always ready.
I knew you would be. So, with the players ready, let's begin. It is the first Friday of fall in Boston, Massachusetts, 2017. The air is crisp, and the day is still very young. Around 8:45 a.m., you are all going about your morning routine when you hear a cell phone ring. You recognize it immediately as that burner phone you carry and keep charged at all times. Maybe it's stuffed inside your bedside table, or a purse, or a dresser, but you know that when it rings, you need to answer it. Because they are calling. You understand them to be a conspiracy operating within the American government, known only to you as the program. They fight things that are beyond normal, the unnatural, things that threaten humanity. And if you don't, who will? You've been a part of Working Group Commonwealth for about a year now, and while your experiences with the unnatural all vary, all of your hearts drop when you hear the ringtone, because you know what it means. You answer the cell phone, and on the other end, you hear an automated message that says, "Congratulations, you've been invited to a night at the opera. To collect your tickets, please visit Will Call at," and a different voice says, "the Beatley Library, conference room C. The show will begin promptly at 9:30 a.m. Come dressed appropriately for the show. Goodbye." And the line goes dead. You make the necessary calls, you update your assistants, you push your meetings, and you make the time. The Beatley Library is located in the Longwood Academic and Medical area near Emmanuel College. It's a big green building with a glass facade. You park, you enter, and you find conference room C, where your case handler, Agent Clark, waits for you. Let me ask that you all roll D100s, and let's find out who gets there first.
Ooh, like it. Just couldn't get that.
right, so let's call it out.
Starting from the top. Oh, I guess, is that me? Who is that?
That's
Whoever
you.
rolled first, looks like it's Matt S.
All right, yeah. Agent Vigil over here with a strong 70, but not the strongest.
Let's see, Matt J has a 7.
Yep.
And then what'd you get, Vince?
97.
97
Strong start.
for Grizz.
That is that, like, the power walking downtown, just like,
That's right.
not about to say hello, just gone.
I think this is how I'm going to count it. Usually in Delta Green, we want the lower rolls as they're closer to success. So we're going to say that Agent FTD, you are going to arrive first. You open the door to the conference room, and there is your handler waiting for you. He's an older gentleman, skinny. He wears these big, thick-framed glasses, and kind of the weird tick about him is that he's always kind of squinching his nose, and the glasses kind of slide down his nose, and he puts them back up, and he just kind of keeps doing that nervously. But when you come in, Agent FTD, could you describe yourself, and how does Agent FTD carry himself?
Sure. So, Cedar, he hates his name. He hates his agent name. He didn't choose it. He wants nothing to do with it. So he comes in. He's surly, to say the least. So if you imagine middle-aged, late 30s, Chinese American. He's still got his lab coat on, but underneath he has like a rock band shirt. He's got under that he has like a tactical turtleneck just underneath his t-shirt, and then he's got a large Dunkin' coffee and a cigarette, and he just comes in, doesn't say anything.
Agent Clark notices you and kind of signals over. I got a couple of bagels if you want some. Just have a seat, Agent FTD. They'll all be here in a minute.
They'd be fucking everything in there.
Really scared
after you is Agent Vigil. Matt S., could you describe Agent Vigil? What he looks like, what his temperament is?
Yes. Agent Vigil, short blonde hair on the top with brown eyes underneath. Keeps a fairly clean cut with that standard, exactly what you'd expect from a supervisory special agent. He's been doing this stuff for a little while, and he's found the best route is always to keep it simple, and that's exactly how it's done. So it's a fairly professional look with a gray suit, kind of a lighter gray shirt underneath with that nice little tie, done just as he does every morning. He did forget to shine his shoes this morning, but that's all right. He comes in bearing almost no personality. And looks around the room and locks eyes with Agent Clark there.
Gotcha. Agent Bones, you are next.
Agent Bones is gonna kind of just push through the door in a bit of a hurry because she thinks she's late. She has like shortish black hair that's kind of just bunched up in a ponytail. An unironed like button-down shirt and like dress pants and stuff like that. She's got also like a Harvard sweatshirt that's like over it, and she's just gonna come through the door and she's just gonna be like in a huff, sit down at the desk, and she's just gonna look at everybody. She's like, "I'm very sorry I'm late. You would not believe what happened on the red line this morning. 2 people were like fighting. I had to shut down the block. I had to walk all the way, a whole block down the street, and of course I missed the train. But hello, how is everybody doing?" I look at Clark and give him like a high five, like a look and a smile.
Where's my coffee?
And then last but not least, Agent Grizz.
Yeah, so Grizz is definitely probably running a smidge late. He got the phone call while he was on his typical morning run. So ran home, cleaned himself up, dressed, and rushed as quickly as he could over to the library. And when he steps in, he's about 6'3", probably 180 pounds, mid-30s. Definitely, he's not jacked, like he's not powerfully built, but he carries this air of this probably confidence that borders on arrogance. cargo pants, black hiking boots, you know, the flannel shirt with the first 2 buttons undone, Oakley's hanging from his pocket, just the typical special operator. He walks in and kind of nods to everybody and takes a seat at the conference table, pulls out this little pocket-sized notebook, and gets ready for the briefing.
Once the 4 of you have arrived, Agent Clark kind of, gets your attention. And he says, all right, well, folks, this is a rare occasion for us. We're jumping in on a developing situation that's only a couple hours old as opposed to a couple days. So let's not waste the opportunity, am I right? So around 8:30 this morning, I was informed that the CDC was called to a home in the neighboring town of Dorchester. My source inside the department elaborated that around 7:30, a mother named Angelia Williams, the owner of the home, called 911 saying she found the body of her oldest son in the living room. In the transcript, she describes the body as, quote, and he kind of lifts up the paper to read it, shriveled and petrified with a look of terror frozen on his poor face. I'm guessing that a combination of the body's unusual state and the witness's testimony was enough to spook the authorities into contacting the CDC, and that's where we were alerted. As we speak, a team is performing a biohazard scan of the home. Radiation, virology, the full works. They'll probably have some answers for you by the time you arrive. Speaking of, I'm going to need you to inject yourselves into the investigation and assess the situation. Figure out what killed the guy, and confiscate anything that is unnatural, including the body. If you can't steal it, then destroy it. Call me when the opera's over, and we'll figure out what to do with the evidence. Unfortunately, I don't really have a lot more for you. I'm just here to kind of get the ball rolling. Look, best case, it's a false flag, but who are we kidding? Am I right?
Do we have a contact inside?
Yes, there is waiting for you a officer. Let me pull up his name. It's Officer Jeremy Walters. And there is the lead of the CDC project is a Dr. Wendy Murakami. Those two are who are in charge on site right now.
Thank you.
Just as
They
a
friendly?
Go ahead.
They friendly?
They should be friendly. I think they should be mostly preoccupied with what's going on. Most of you were brought in because you have some reason to be there. Agent FTD is a professional when it comes to medical things. I won't spill too much about you, Agent FTD. Agent Grizz as well has some experience. I think you guys could pose as either backup for the paramedics, maybe FTD and Bones, you can go as consultants for Vigil. Vigil has a federal authority that might make it easy to slip in.
Hello. Handler, do we know each other?
I think that it would make sense you've been at least on one mission together. Doesn't mean you're friendly, but you know of each other. You've probably worked together before.
Understood. I believe I recognize a couple of your faces.
Been a while.
Yes.
The Bureau?
Looks that way.
All right. That's easy.
Sure.
So yeah, like I was saying, due to the urgency or the suddenness of this opera, I don't really have any covers for you, but you should be able to go in just fine as you are.
Make it work.
All right.
Any other questions? You got my number if you need it. Yeah.
Does the report happen to mention anything about maybe sriracha or anything weird like that? Spot on the scene.
There wasn't any mention of hot sauce on the body, but you could always examine it when you get there.
Sriracha.
Fucking amateurs. All right.
Why sriracha?
I think even Agent Clark wants to know why sriracha.
Well, you guys are into conspiracies, right?
Is there a
So-
Sriracha conspiracy?
Sure, I mean, yeah.
Well, let me
you work
ask.
for
You
this
know,
place.
you're looking around. Fine. You know, you want me to run you through it? Sure. Last time I saw a body like this, something similar to it. You might think, oh no, hot sauce, right? Sriracha. Let me ask you real quick. What is this particular hot sauce? The Rolling Stones, the University of South Carolina, fucking Foghorn Leghorn. What do they all have to have in common, huh? Yeah, that's right.
Sriracha?
Fucking right. Roosters. It's all tied together.
Right.
So if we go there and we see fucking cornflakes, we gotta burn that place down.
No, he's got a point. He's got a point. I remember dealing with something in Nevada and do with a certain brand of barbecue. Anyway.
You see, he
We're
takes
fucked.
everything out of his everything bagel.
Jesus Christ.
just speculative.
You,
Right,
I
right.
wonder if you guys have worked together. You guys might actually know that Agent FTD has been through some shit, and
Yeah.
he has some.
Yeah, no, I know.
You don't
I
say.
know. I know. Very
Picking up on
well.
that. Picking up on that.
All right. Well, if there are no other questions, you are going to head on your way. You are given the address. It is a home in Dorchester, which is just a little south of where you are now. I assume you are all kind of just going in your own vehicles. Are you carpooling?
Maybe we carpool, run some checks on the family before.
I came by the train, so someone's got to take me.
Sure, I drove.
All right.
Yeah, you got cool.
So you guys split into two cars and head on your way. It's really only like a 20-minute drive, but it sounds like Vince, you wanted to do some recon on this family.
Yeah. I wanted to do some checks on the family. See what we got with the mother. So we know for a fact there's a mother and a son. The son being the decedent. See who else we're kind of dealing with. Yeah.
So all you really have at the moment is the name of Angelia Williams. I think that you could probably find some information. Let's look at your skills here. Do you have
Yeah.
a decent search or alertness? Yeah, your alertness.
So
is
we
quite
got-
high.
Yeah. 80 search, 80 alertness.
Okay, I think that it probably wouldn't take too long. You know how to look on Facebook and the social medias. There are a lot of Angelia Williams. It seems to be a Jamaican name, and sure enough, you find an Angelia Williams that has two children, an older boy named Desmond, and a younger boy named Andrew. And because of your high search, you get the impression that the father, whose name was Ronald, passed away, and that Andrew, the youngest, may be visually impaired. Most of his photos are with him with his eyes closed. You get the impression he's probably blind.
Okay.
And that's kind of about all you can really figure out. They seem to be a happy family. There's certainly a lot of family photos in and around the city.
How old is Desmond?
Desmond, you would guess, is probably in his mid-20s. No exact number
Oh.
online, but you assume
Okay.
in his mid-20s.
Got it. Okay, it's not a kid.
Not a kid. No, he's an adult.
Yeah, I'll pass this all on to the group as we're making our way down to the scene.
Sounds good.
Right.
You all eventually arrive at this home. It's a modest 3-bedroom home. Dorchester is not the best part of town, but it's not the worst. You can find decent homes there. Agent FTD, you tell me if I'm dead wrong at any point. But
No, you're doing great.
there's a
It's not bad
diamond in the
either.
rough here when it comes to this home. And you are coming in just as you see a team of CDC employees walking out, and they're wearing their blue suits. Most of them seem to be taking it off, and there is a police officer, standing out by the police tape. You park, and you feel that you can walk up if you wanted to.
All right. Who's with me?
I mean, we all have to go. So,
Right.
but like, what's the cover?
Good question. Couple
I
of
mean-
doctors come to investigate exactly the natural cause.
Yeah. bioagent terrorism angle. That's always a quick way to shut. Yeah.
Certainly.
I mean, sure, I'm technically a doctor, but okay. Yeah.
Don't want to panic the neighbors, though.
Right.
Well, if we walk in quietly, we shouldn't panic the neighbors. Should be fine.
Right, but that'll be on social media in the first second. So you start seeing any phones, you start acting boring.
All right.
Right, everyone act boring, break from car, 1, 2, 3, go. All right.
Okay.
We're outside the door.
You step out and you walk up. I think the first person that would probably acknowledge you is Officer Walters. You can see it on his badge. It says Officer Walters. You know that this is a possible contact that you can get into. And he kind of stops you and says, "Hey, folks, what can I do for you?"
Go ahead and flash my badge.
Okay.
That
Hey, officer, come on in. And he raises the tape for you guys to come through.
we appreciate you.
So I guess you were sent here to check out what's going on, huh?
Correct. Exactly.
Okay.
A couple of my colleagues here can certainly help us identify just exactly what's going on. I know the CDC is working with us, but just trying to cover every angle. You understand?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, they just finished their tests. We can find out what they think. But the mother, Angelia, is still home. The body still hasn't been touched. So if you want to go into the house, you let me know, and I'll lead you in.
We appreciate that. Anyone interested in looking around out here?
Say it again. What do you say? What do you mean?
Sorry, I was speaking to the team. Is anyone interested in looking around out here? I believe we're headed directly to the crime scene.
Well, I'm more interested in looking at the body.
I'm gonna do a quick look at like the outside of the windows or anything like that. Maybe there was any kind of forced entry, or maybe claw marks or something like that. Anything
Sure.
random.
Yeah, I mean, just doing a cursory glance at the front of the house, it looks like it's the tiniest bit run down, but nothing super noticeable. You don't notice any kind of strange markings or claw marks or anything like that. Agent FTD, as you're kind of standing there, one of the CDC agents, an Asian woman that will introduce herself as Dr. Wendy Murakami, says, she just kind of walks up and casually says, are any of you guys here the local paramedics? We have a mobile autopsy that we set up down the road, but I don't think we're going to use it. We didn't find anything.
I'm gonna quick glance at everybody else real quick and close my lab jacket over my Marilyn Manson tour shirt, and so yeah, I'm just gonna look at everyone real quick. So if anyone has any issue with me taking a look, or just taking a quick scan,
Go for it.
Yeah, and all
did
that
you mean it was far
Dr.
away, or
Go ahead, say it again, Matt.
did you mean like it was far away off scene? Or...
No, in fact, when she points, you see that just like a half a block away, there is what looks like a shipping container, like a white shipping container that has been parked on the street. And the only difference is it seems to have like an HVAC system. And Dr. Murakami explains that the CDC, just to be prepared, they weren't sure what they were expecting, dropped off a kind of a mobile autopsy room. They were going to use it, but because they found nothing of substantial evidence.
Gotcha.
She mentions there was no radioactivity, no viruses, no dangerous contaminants in the air. They really found nothing, so they're basically packing up at this point.
Oh, okay. I'll stick with the group then.
Okay.
That's
And
kind of nod. Thank you.
Handler, does Agent Vigil, living up to his name, is there anyone paying a suspicious amount of attention to us, maybe in a possible crowd outside, or any quote-unquote authority in the area who just seems either very interested or off-put by our presence?
Agent Vigil, with your alertness, I think that you would be able to tell that there are neighbors. I mean, this is quite a scene. The cops have been here since very early in the morning. But nobody's suspicious. No one's, wringing their hands or anything like that. It just looks like concerned neighbors. Occasionally a car will slow down. Nothing trips your, sixth sense, though.
Got it. I believe we're all set for a inspection, as some would call it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are going to enter. The home is, like I said, pretty modest. There are photos of the family all along the wall. And again, you know, from various ages, those of you with a decent human intelligence, you can all tell that Andrew is definitely visually impaired from a very early age. His eyes have been closed. And the family seems happy, though. It seems like a nice home. As Walters is walking you in, he asks, do you want to see the body? You want to talk to Miss Williams? What do you
I'd
want?
like to see the body. I'd like to see the body.
Please.
Okay, so it sounds like everybody wants to speak to, or excuse me, everybody wants to see the body first.
Except for Vigil, yeah. He'll, let me speak to Miss Williams.
All right. The officer kind of stops before the turn to go into the living room, and he's like, all right, Agent Vigil, I'm going to go with you. You folks, the body's just on the other side. I don't want to look at it again if I don't have to.
Do you think, doctors?
All right, come this way. And so Agent Vigil and Officer Walters kind of walk into the back side of the house. I'm going to share with you guys what this place looks like. Let me first show the audience so the audience can see. And then I'm going to show you guys. So, it's a 3-bedroom home. The master bedroom seems to be kind of more towards the back of the house. But you make the turn and you come into the living room. And what you see is a extremely desiccated, shriveled body. If this was the older son, Desmond, you maybe place him at, maybe 6 foot. But it's as if he has gone through some kind of process that has turned him into a mummy. The unusual thing about the body that you first notice is its body language. It's not just kind of prone on the ground. Its back is on the ground, so his back is kind of up on the ground or back to the ground. And his hands are frozen in the air, frozen near his head in a kind of defensive position. His skin, the skin on his face is tight to his face, and it looks as if he has this frozen look of abject horror. You don't know what he might have been looking at because his eyes have shriveled into their sockets. He is wearing a pajama pants and a t-shirt, and you notice that there is a Fitbit that is now 5 sizes too big dangling off of his left wrist. I'm going to ask all of you who are looking at the mummy to make a sanity
Yes.
check, please.
Yes.
Wait, what was hanging from his wrist?
A Fitbit, just a
like
Fitbit.
an Apple Watch.
How many steps did he get in today?
Exactly.
Well, I
Okay.
succeeded.
All right, so Eli succeeded.
Right.
Love this shit.
Who else? We have...
Ooh.
I passed.
So we have Dungeon Glitch passed, Matt passed, and then Vince has failed with a 95.
Ooh.
Those were the 3 that looked at it. So those of you that succeed, you do not lose any sanity. Those of you that failed, Vince, you're going to lose 1 sanity.
All right.
It's awful. I mean, you don't often see a body in this state. It doesn't particularly smell. It's just, when was the last time you saw a mummy in person? It's just very strange. And when I say mummy, they're not wrapped. You know what I mean? They are literally just flesh that has been completely desiccated with no moisture, it seems, inside it. Those of you that are standing there, is there something you'd like to do?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna look at
Gentle
it.
reminder, cocoa
Oh.
butter's great. Anything like that. Non-pet products.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm gonna look at FTD and say we should probably see if we can do the autopsy here. Use the CDC's mobile unit. I'm gonna glove up and I'm gonna take that Fitbit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
You are easily able to lift it off as it's. I mean, it's not even on. I mean, it's it's the wrist is like a toothpick, compared to what it once was. You pull it off, and if you'd like to take 10 minutes, you can kind of deduce some things about it.
Yeah.
All right.
Whatever I can find out. Actually, I'll probably wait for that until we're out of the scene. So I'll hold off for now. And then, yeah, I'll let the others go.
All right. So you're saying you're going to hold on to it, but you're not examining it just yet.
Just yet. Yeah.
Okay, got it. What are the rest of you two doing?
I want to like examine over his body to see if there's a place where like if he was like sucked like a straw or or he just like dried out, just
Well, first things first, Agent Bones, you are a paleoanthropologist, so you have a lot of
Yes.
experience with the old history, and the Egyptians were famous for mummies. And you would know that there's really only two ways to make a mummy. There is the natural way, and there is the man-made way. Natural is just dead body plus time plus dry air plus salt, right? And the mummy, the Egyptians had a process that took at least 70 days. So the fact that you're looking at a mummy that apparently overnight, whatever happened to this man happened overnight is almost impossible.
Yeah.
But you are looking for a puncture wound of some kind. Let me look at your skills here for your search. You have an 80 in search. I think it's enough.
Damn.
You can tell that there are absolutely no wounds or signs of injury. It appears that the body, Desmond walked backwards and then kind of fell backwards onto his back. You suspect that right now the body maybe weighs 30 to 40 pounds at most. And the skin is bone dry. The
Organ's still there?
That's what I'm looking for.
I mean, do you touch the stomach?
Yeah, I'll give it a full glove look at, just do a
Okay.
quick count of the major organs and everything like that.
The main thing that you notice, Agent FTD, is that it's completely desiccated. Where you touch, where the organs should be, muscle tissue, things like that, it's as dry as you've ever seen. There is virtually no visible moisture. There is an entire torso to dig through if you wanted to perform an autopsy, but right now it just feels completely dry. And you even just kind of, at cursory, you put your hand to the wrist, and there is no pulse that can be felt. However, the main thing that you guys notice as you are close examining the body is that the carpeted floor is soaking wet. Agent FTD, do you have at least a 40% in your alertness?
I believe so.
Okay.
Double checking. Yes, I'm 60.
Okay, great. FTD, you are the first to notice the floor is wet. That's odd. And then you look and you see that the nearby furniture has this very slight layer of condensation on it.
All right. I'm gonna use my glove. I'm gonna make sure. I'm gonna get a sample of it and see, do a little smell test. See if it's like water or anything like that.
Yeah, you in fact do that. You wet something, bring it to your nose.
Yeah.
It's pretty odorless. It's probably water.
Yeah. So watch out, guys. It's a little slick out here. Why the hell is it so wet?
Would we have access to an evidence collection kit, Sergio? I'm guessing we would.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to get some cotton swabs and just swab some stuff from the carpet and then some from the furniture.
Yeah, you collect that. No problem.
Okay.
The only other thing of note is that it seems like the body was facing a direction, and when you look, there's a short hallway that leads to another bedroom. And if he was walking backwards, he probably came from that room.
Yeah. Hey, Doc, you're gonna need help dealing with Murakami.
Do you want to come with? Sure.
All right. When we're done, I'm checking out that room.
Cool.
All right, so it sounds like Grizz and FTD's first priority is to take this body and do something with it?
At least get access to the mobile autopsy. Yeah, so that way we can take custody of the body and start looking at it.
Gotcha. Sounds good. Let's check in with Agent Vigil. So, Agent Vigil, you walk into the back of the house where the master bedroom is, and you see Miss Angelia Williams sitting at the edge of their bed, and they're kind of just... The officer warns you as you're kind of walking through the house that she's in a little bit of a state of shock. And he kind of fills you in and says, in case she doesn't say anything to you, she said that she came home around 7:15, took a shower, 7:30, saw the body and called 911, and she's kind of been quiet since.
Saw the body after the shower.
Saw the body after she took a shower. She came home, came in through the garage, which means she didn't see the living room, or she didn't pass the living room until later when she walked in. But you walk in, and there she is, and as you approach, you see that she's kind of mumbling something to herself, and she's staring off into her closet. A closet door is
Can I
open.
pick up what is being said?
You stand there for a moment and listen, and it sounds like it's in another language. Maybe French, maybe Creole. You're having a little bit of a hard time placing it.
And what's in that closet?
You follow her eye line, and you see that in the closet there is a small altar. There is a kind of bowl of fruit, some candles, and there is this harlequin mask that are all kind of sitting at this altar. There's some photos of her family and stuff.
Thank you. Is there anyone else in the room?
No, just you and the officer. Officer
Got it.
Walters.
I'll nod to him and say, thank you. That'll be all.
I'll be out front if you guys need me.
Fantastic.
Steps out.
Hello, Mrs. Williams.
Doesn't really respond.
Right. Is there a place to sit down?
You could
Here?
sit down. Yeah, there's a chair opposite her, or you could sit next to her.
Fantastic. Mrs. Williams, I'm Agent Chandler. I'm with the FBI. We want to get all hands on deck and make sure we bring justice to what has happened, because I'm certain, well, you're rather confused. Is there anything you have for me? Still nothing?
Not really. She kind of, looks in your direction, but she just goes back to kind of mumbling to herself in some other language. You look down, and she has like a little cross in her hands that she's just kind of rubbing. Go ahead.
Are you,
If you're trying to get a little bit more out of her, go ahead and give me a psychotherapy roll to see if you can kind of break through.
Read my mind. Yeah, we'll go for that psychotherapy. Come on, roll 20. I'll go ahead and click it again, but we'll take the first roll there.
That's fine. Let's see, it's still kind of loaded.
Oh, I see it. Hey, success.
All
and
right, that's a
64.
64.
Nice.
Success, very nice.
Nice.
Good deal.
You take your time and you start talking about things that you think might bring her comfort. You bring up the family, you bring up her sons. And what happens is she does kind of come out of it, and the mention of her sons snaps her out of it, and she says, she looks at you with these eyes that are like about to swell with more tears, and she says, I have to tell Andrew, I have to tell my little boy Andrew that his big brother is, oh my god, and she just starts kind of crying again, remembering that she has to inform her son. She looks at you and she says, do I pull him out of school? Do I wait? I don't know what to do. When Ron died, it was.
If you'd like my advice, Mrs. Williams, wait until your son is out of school. It's not going to be hard, no matter the setting. Give him until the end of the day, at least.
Oh my lord.
Is there anything, anyone you might know, anyone who might have, God forbid, had an issue with your son? We're not certain what has happened, and we're not certain if anyone is involved.
My son was a good boy. He didn't mess with any bad crowds. He was what do they call it? He was a geek. He was just a nerdy kid who you know, the hardest thing was keeping him going to bed on time. I mean, hell, I wish he had a job and stuff, but he was a good kid.
He enjoyed books.
He didn't have any problems.
He enjoyed reading, non-fiction, fiction, that sort of thing.
He enjoyed reading those handbooks, those rule books for those games.
You talking about that Dungeons and Dragons sort of thing?
Yeah. I was scared at first. It was something demonic, but it was just a good time. It was something that him and Andrew would get along with. He was so excited about that 3D printer that he got. I don't know.
Do you remember what he was using?
Staying out of trouble.
Right. Do you remember? And I hate to pester you with questions. I cannot imagine. I hate to say I empathize to a point. I lost my wife in unforeseen and mysterious circumstances. Do you remember what he was using it for? This 3D printer, things like that.
He was printing miniatures. He was printing things for his games. That's all.
I understand. Are you comfortable with us just taking a look? I understand the officers before us have probably done the same. This would just be for a secondary set of eyes to verify any sort of information we can get.
Whatever you can do to, I don't know. Yeah, it's fine. Just let me know when you're done so I can lock up the house.
Of course. Thank you, Mrs. Williams. And Vigil will head that way. Head for that bedroom.
Okay. Grizz, FTD, you reach out to the CDC folks who are kind of packing up their things, and you mention, hey, can we move the body to the autopsy room? And they have no problem. They assist you. They get you a gurney, and you do move the body. Agent Bones, are you going into the bedroom? Agent Vigil will probably walk in shortly after.
Yeah, I think I'll check the body. I think the bedroom, because I think FTD's got it for a minute. Pop in there and then join them later.
So Agent Vigil and Agent Bones, you walk into Desmond's room. Desmond's room is tidy, but it's a bit cramped. The walls are littered with gaming posters. In between the posters are tall bookshelves that seem stocked with tabletop rule books of different kinds. On a large desk against the same wall as the bedroom door is a desktop computer and a large 3D printer. Kind of takes up 1/4 of the desk. None of you have a decent electronics or crafting, but you can all tell, the two of you, that this is some kind of advanced 3D printer. The bed is in the middle of the room, and there's clothes on the floor and stuff like that. Above the desk, there is a image, a poster that I want to share with you guys. Let me share it with the audience, and then I'm going to share it with you.
Great.
Show to players. There we go. So this is the poster that you see over the desk. Looks like a gaming poster of some kind. Could someone read out to me what it says, just so we make sure?
Sure, gotcha. Oh, go ahead, Eli.
Okay. It is a poster of a game board, and it says, "Out of the eons, a role-playing game you'll go crazy for." It's available at local game stores July 30th, and then there's like a little small asterisk that says download and print custom minis from a link.
I think that's what we call a clue.
Is this ever your thing, Dr. Matthews?
Oh, have you never played like Dungeons and Dragons and all of that stuff?
Can't say I have. No.
Oh, you gotta take some time, man. You gotta take some time and play that. It's real fun. You get a good group of people. It's good times. But I've never heard of this game.
You have any experience with computers of any kind? It seems it's got to be hooked up to this printer of his.
I know my way around a computer.
Yeah, you do see that there's a desktop computer right next to that 3D printer.
Is it password protected? Is it just open?
No, in fact, the screen is off.
Mm-hmm.
You want to turn the screen on?
Yeah, I'll power it up.
Okay.
You
You turn the screen on, and you see that there is already a program that is loaded. It looks like some kind of printing program.
Mm-hmm.
You assume that this is what is used to print the 3D miniatures.
Mm-hmm.
What is immediately obvious to you is that there is a file that has been loaded into this program. The file is an STL file. It seems that what you need to print miniatures is something called an STL file. And this particular one is called Yaddith, spelled YADDITH _go.stl. As you continue to look, you notice that there are different printing layers, and they're broken up into kind of pages, like if you were going through a PDF or something.
Mm-hmm.
Are the two of you looking at the screen, or is it just Agent Bones?
I'll look over the screen,
Okay.
like kind of lean over the chair if they're going through it. Yeah.
What the two of you notice is that this file is for a miniature of some kind of very difficult to discern, but a hideous, amorphous monstrosity with writhing appendages and oozing orifices. The details border on pornographic. And you all, the two of you, have a very mild but physical reaction. You're just kind of repelled by how gross it is. But it's split into 4, so you can't see it all together.
Yeah.
So you see like layer 1, layer 2, 3, 4, and you get the impression, but you don't know what it actually looks like once it's all put together.
Is there a miniature that resembles vaguely what we're looking at? A miniature as if he's already printed it around the room.
So you want to check the 3D printer?
We're checking that and any sort of surface it might be on. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you
Possibly
look over,
opening drawers,
you
yeah.
inspect kind of the glass case that is open. What you see in the printer is a mess of broken plastic supports. When you print a miniature, there's usually like little braces that have to be printed as well to kind of hold it. Those have been kind of torn off, left behind, and whatever was there is gone. You have a glance around the table, on the floor, and you don't see a miniature of the same color as the resin that was used.
Seemed excited to use this one. Is that one of your Dungeons and Dragons monsters, Dr. Matthews?
I've never seen this game before, let alone that thing. Would I recognize the name of the what was the name of the STL file? Yaddith.
Yaddith you don't recognize. Out of the Aeons, you don't really recognize either. Maybe it's been a while since you've played games.
Is there anything else on his laptop outside of these STL files and stuff?
Search that link.
Search the link.
All right. What are we looking at? We got HTTPS. Do you need that?
No, I see it.
We got a couple dots. What are the colon?
I can copy and paste a link.
You got it.
Yeah.
Great.
Copy and paste a link.
So you do that. You go to the website. I'm going to say that it's going to cost about 30 minutes to fully understand what's happening here, okay?
Okay.
Additionally, team body, it's going to take you about an hour to perform the autopsy, all right?
Okay.
Let's just kind of wrap up with the folks here in the room, though. So
I'll keep. Oh, sorry, handler, if you don't
That's
mind. Yeah, and I mean, Vigil's gonna get a little bit bored just sitting here. He'll keep looking around the room. He'll check closets, drawers,
Sure.
book titles, things like that. Yeah.
All right. While you're doing that, Agent Bones, you're looking through the website.
Yes.
What this website is, what you come to understand is that the game is a kind of, it's a kind of like war game meets tabletop game, where the company encourages its user base to print, render, and make 3D prints of the monsters and the heroes of the game, right? And the website is a very active user board where people share their different characters, and you can print it out, you can download it. After about 30 minutes, you find the not safe for work category. This is, where pornography and other kind of gore and things like that are posted for people to download. Eventually, at the end of this 30 minutes, you find a post made by a user, an anonymous user, named Volcano Lord 12. And this Volcano Lord 12 touts to have created the most realistic version of a in-game demon god named Ghatanothoa. Ghatanothoa is spelled Ghatanothoa. And there is a disclaimer at the bottom of his post that, one, this is you have to pay for it. It's behind a paywall. But also that for Ghatanothoa's stats, please refer to the player's handbook for Out of the Aeons.
Okay. Hey, Vigil, does he have a player's handbook for this game, Out of the Aeons, on the shelf?
Out of the what now?
The name of the title of the book, the Out of the Aeons.
Alright, I got it. Is there a book with that title, handler?
As you look, you don't see any on the bookshelf, but eventually, right by his bedside table, there is a book.
Here we go.
Out of the Aeons Player's Handbook.
Yeah,
Wait, you need some from him?
pass me the book.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna flip through to Ghatanothoa's stats and just read it.
Gotcha. Let's cut to Agent Grizz. FTD. What's going on is you have brought the body in just like a normal autopsy room. There's a table, there's all the instrumentation that you need. There is an electrocephalogram that can tell brainwave patterns. There's heart monitors, things like that. It's just a little cramped, but it's perfectly usable. And you start performing an autopsy, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I watch, because I'm not
Gotcha.
good at that.
That's fine. Yeah, I will entirely get started. And I'm just going to kind of I guess try to bounce ideas off Agent Grizz. Agent Grizz, let's figure what? There's, how much water in a human body? 65%?
Sounds about right.
Give it 10 units of blood, it's a gallon and a half. I'm just slicing and getting things going.
So as you're
Maneuvering
doing
the,
this,
things,
you find that the skin is as hard as like a dog chew toy. Those jerkies that they sell. So you have to find a little portable saw, and you just start cutting in.
Oh my. Alright, so yeah, I'm just gonna watch out for any shrapnel here.
Sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. You take the precautions.
Mask
you put
up, all that stuff.
Absolutely. As
So,
you are talking to Grizz and you are opening the chest cavity and looking, sure enough, the intestines, the liver, gallbladder, all of the major organs seem to be completely atrophied. But as you pull past them, you notice that the heart and the lungs are still somewhat operational. They're wet. They're not dry like the rest. And you look and you see the heart, just one single, and you just you can't believe it. You instinctually go to the electrocephalogram, you put it on the head, you wait, and you see very conscious brain activity. This person is still alive, and you just performed an autopsy on him. I'd like to ask that you both make sanity tests.
Oh my
Fuck my life, dude.
Not again.
Not again.
Holy shit.
Poor Agent FTD.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, 48.
I don't know what I got.
47.
Pass.
Yeah. Nicely done.
Let's look. We have a 47 pass and a 47 pass, or 48 pass with the both of you. Very good. What we will say is that you are only going to have to roll a d4, and that is how much sanity you're going to lose.
What a success. God bless. All right.
Is that a good thing?
Okay, 1.
All right.
Oh
Agent FTD, you lose 3 sanity. If either of you want to project this, you're certainly welcome to.
Good for now. Good
Okay.
for now.
You lose 3 sanity. Agent FTD, this is probably triggering your disorder.
Yes.
This is not.
Yeah.
If you'd like
Yeah.
to try to repress the paranoia, if you want to keep from going too paranoid, I'm going to ask that you roll a d4, and you're going to subtract that from your willpower and from one of your bonds. All right, so you're going to reduce your willpower by 3. You just rolled a 3. And you're going to reduce one of your bonds by 3. And explain to me how this bond helps try to repress this insanity.
Let's see. I will decrease my hospital staff director.
Okay.
That will go down. I go immediately to the flashback of what had happened to me before when I cracked open also a teenager and found out that they were a monster. And in that situation, they had revivified and attacked me. This one, so I am in defensive mode right now.
Right.
My hands on my gun, and just watching the brain signals.
Now here's the
Doesn't
last
seem to be
part of it.
moving.
Here's the last part of repressing insanity. I need you to make another sanity check. If you succeed, you will not be paranoid.
Okay.
Let's hope you do.
I hit it. I don't know if it's gonna do it. I'll hit it one more time.
It's okay. If not, you could roll a d100, and you want to get under what your current sanity is.
Sure. So let's see here. Then roll a percentage.
Okay, 63. Do you have more than 63 sanity?
Current?
Current.
No.
You should have removed
I
3
wasted
from the
one.
previous thing. So
Oh, that's right. You have 60.
Yeah, so I was at 57. I just rolled a 63. So I just
Okay.
missed it.
Ooh.
So,
No.
however you'd like to continue, Agent FTD, your disorder kicks in. What happens
Okay.
between the two of you in this moment as Grizz, you are hearing the doctor explain, oh my god, this man is still alive?
Yeah, I'm immediately starting to try to process how we need to deal with this. Like for a second, I'm thinking about running out and getting more Akami and the CDC folks, but it's like they don't need to know this shit right now. So, like, Doc, we gotta sew this guy back up. We gotta get him out of here. We gotta find a place to stash him, get him some medical care. I don't know.
I am medical care. So for just for my understanding of my degree of paranoia, on a scale of 1 to 10, how should I be responding?
It's basically full-blown 10. I mean, you know, your nightmare has happened again, and
Oh boy. Okay. Okay. So let's see. I know Agent Grizz. We've worked together before.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw my gun on him, just very aggressively, and ask you a memory from the last time we worked together. involved.
Shit.
I think it's probably easy enough, Agent Grizz, for you to recall the last time you worked with FTD.
Yeah. He doesn't look thrilled right now. He doesn't look scared. He kind of just dead eyes you a little bit and kind of recounts a memory and says, "You may want to put that away now before I feed it to you."
I'm looking. You see that he shakes a little, but his hands do not. It's that surgeon dexterity, and he's like, "I'm going to ask you one more question. What did you have for breakfast today?"
About to have you for breakfast, motherfucker, but I'm a bagel.
Yeah, all right. Your story checks out.
Oh Lord.
So he looks around, and it's just like,
You all right?
he's just kind of collecting himself, looking at things. He just kind of like pokes the body real quick with whatever instrument he's holding. Sees that he's still alive. Makes a surgeon decision. He's like, I need to seal this guy back up. See what's
Right.
going on here. Please keep everyone out. No one can know anything about any of this. And if anyone comes in, I'm gonna try not to kill them. So okay.
Got it. Okay.
I'm just going to begin stapling the chest shut and all that stuff.
Okay, I think that's doable.
I'm gonna try to secure transportation. Get that body out of there.
Okay.
I want to try to find a place where we could stash it, because the program wants the body, right? But at this point, it's not.
They would like to confiscate it if it's unnatural.
But at this, we're there. But at this point, he's still alive.
Pretty fucking unnatural.
So, okay, so the program's got some pull. There's Hanscom Air Force Base there in the Boston area. Want to see if we can secure like a secure hangar, a secure building to drop this body off and kind of.
Gotcha. So,
Yeah.
so do you want to contact your case handler and kind of?
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
I think that you would call and they would basically tell you that's fine, get the body to the Air Force Base, we'll have a team pick it up, but in the meantime, make sure you do a thorough sweep. Make sure this is not the only element.
Got it. Yep. I'll acknowledge. Yeah.
All right.
And then secure transportation. Find something.
Gotcha. Going back inside with Vigil and Bones. Bones, you take... You realize it's going to take about an hour to kind of make heads or tails of this book and glean anything of use. You do find Ghatanothoa's stats, but it's a monster. It's got a couple hundred hit points. It seems to have some different abilities, but you're not yet sure what this has to do with anything.
Is there a quick glance where I can at least gain the overall where they're drawing the mythos from for this lore, anything just on the surface?
Regardless, this is a thick book. It's going to take time to figure it out. Do you want to sit here and just kind of read through it?
Move on. Take it with you.
Okay. What else do we have to know? We got a dried out kid on the floor. There's water. And that's it. What did the mom say?
Just about as much as we found in here. Sure had a lot to say to the man upstairs. But outside of that,
What do you mean man upstairs? There's somebody upstairs, or she's talking to, God? What are you talking about?
God. Yeah. That's the one. We'll grab that as evidence. We'll keep on moving. I haven't found anything.
What does that mean that she was talking to somebody you just interrupted her while she was praying? Sorry,
Exactly.
I don't. Okay.
She was praying. Yes.
And there was anything unusual about that?
People have different ways, but something tells me this mother was not involved. I firmly believe her story checks out.
Okay.
Yeah. So, moving on.
I guess. we'll see what they said about the autopsy. The you know, that's the, I guess the next step is figuring out what happened to this body.
Okay, let's say that you guys reconvene and you learn. Grizz, do you explain to them what just happened?
What? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to ask that Vigil and Bones make sanity checks, please.
You did what?
So I'm going to go out on a limb there, Serge, and I'm going to go and assume if I had checked that Fitbit ahead of time, I probably would have seen he was alive before we cut into him.
Well, I mean, if you want to take a couple minutes to...
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah.
I succeeded.
So, Eli, you succeeded, and Vigil, let's see if you succeed. If you succeed, you
yes.
only lose 1 sanity.
Good job. Good job.
We'll say that in the hour...
I didn't detect the pulse.
We'll say that in the hour of Dr.
Yeah.
Grizz, or Grizz, as you were, watching the autopsy, you look at the Fitbit. Actually, what you notice about the Fitbit is that the heart rate, the heartbeat, was consistent until about 6:05 in the morning, where it shot up and then flatlined and has been dead since.
Got it. Yeah. Okay.
But with this knowledge, what are you guys doing?
So we have a time of death, 6:05 in the morning, based on the Fitbit. And then, did you all share what you found about the website?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. First thing I'm going to do is see if we can get the IP address for whoever Volcano Lord 12 is. Try to identify the user.
IP address, is that like the internet code? What do
Yeah,
you,
like the internet code, right?
huh.
Like a social security number for internet users.
While you guys are kind of standing out in the outside area, the lawn, Agent Bones, you're still kind of going through the book, trying to piece together some clue, some evidence. Angelia Williams steps out of the house. She's kind of rubbing her head, and she says, Andrew was excited about a show and tell he has today. I'm going to pick him up after that, I think around 1. Are you guys done with the house? Do you need to see anything else?
We are. Mrs. Williams, what exactly was he showing and telling about?
Oh, I don't know. My Andrew just loves his older brother and just looks up to him so much, and they made some kind of agreement that Desmond would print something out for him and that he could bring it to school.
Where is the school?
What school is that?
He goes to the Perkins School for the Blind. It's in Watertown. It's about 30 minutes away.
Understood. Thank you, Mrs. Williams.
Okay, I'm gonna go lock up the house if there's nothing else, and she kind of walks away from you.
Okay, a couple of us need to go to that school.
We should all go.
All of us? What are we doing with the body?
Oh, fuck.
You can leave it sealed in the tank, I guess, right?
You have 2 vehicles, so you can put it in the trunk if you wanted.
Oh, God.
It won't close.
Yeah, sure. I can set it up. If for the most part it might be alive, but the limbs and stuff are all messed up, then I can just maneuver it into like a small case. So it's full. It was a teenager, right? So
No, it was actually a guy in his mid-20s.
It's like a mid-20s, this older dude.
no,
Kind of 6 foot.
fit 6 feet. So
We just nicely put him in the back.
I mean, they're all...
So time out.
Yeah.
Time out.
So he's not that heavy anymore, so.
I'm going to see. So the way I'm going to pitch it and the way I'm going to sell it is that we are going to get like a Department of Defense forensic pathologist to assist with the autopsy at Hanscom. And so we need somebody to help us transport the body over there. So that way, because the way I'll explain it, we're on a joint terrorism task force. We're leveraging Department of Defense expertise to help us autopsy this body. So we're not stuffing the damn thing into a duffel bag.
I don't know if you wanted to lose custody, is all I'm saying. So.
Yeah. Well, we'll go. We will escort the body as well. Yeah, I'll stay with it.
Gotcha.
So how are we divvying up our team?
Oh shit. Okay.
We gotta roll that school like now.
Yeah, we gotta go.
Vigil will head that way if anyone's going to join him.
Yeah.
I'll go with Vigil.
She did
Okay.
mention, Angelia, that it was happening at 12:30, and it is currently 12 o'clock.
Oh boy.
I will, since it seems I've adopted a dead body, a living dead body, I will stay with the corpse, with the living guy, the living corpse. Okay.
I'll stay with Grizz, and if I could in that meantime, just continue to thumb through the book as we're waiting
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
transport.
So you and Grizz are collecting the body. Grizz, there are black bags if you wanted to put the body inside of one.
Yeah, we'll bag it up for now, but I will leave it unzipped enough to where we still have a flow of air because this guy is still alive.
Vigil and FTD, what are you guys doing? Jumping in your cars, heading to the school?
Yeah, I think we're on 93. So.
All right.
um,
So, we're going in two different cars, I assume, yes?
Right, yep.
All right. My question to you is, are you going north or south, basically? If you head north, you can go through the toll roads. If you go south, you go through Mattapan.
Well, what did Google Maps say?
you said it was early, right? It's about like noonish.
about noon now.
Approaching.
It's approaching noon, yeah.
Yeah, take the pike. Do the tolls. Do the tolls. It's gonna be faster.
Understood.
All right, so Agent
What about
FTD yells that at you. Who is driving?
Not my
Oh,
car.
I suppose, yeah, it'd be me.
Okay,
so Vigil, yeah.
Vigil, and who else is driving in the other car? Grizz?
Yeah, Crystal Drive.
All right. You are, because you're both going in the same direction, you're going to make drive rolls for me. Because you are heading north and not south through Mattapan, you will have a +20 to that.
Oh, okay,
So
let me
a
re-roll
+20 would actually be a success for you.
Is
Okay,
that
do you want
going
to
Grizz as well?
Grizz as well. Make a +20 drive roll.
There you go.
Okay.
All right.
Let me know if you want to re-roll.
No, that's okay. We know that if we knock 20% off of that, you would have succeeded, right?
Understood.
Yeah. So,
It's just gonna cost you $5.
you go on the way. It's going to cost you $5, but it's a lot better than going through Mattapan.
Minus
A
$5.
local referred to it as Murder Pan to me, so I figured it probably wasn't a good place to drive through.
Nope.
But what happens is you're making your way. Time is of the essence. You suspect in the next 25 or so minutes you're going to get there. Agent Bones, you finally get to the page in the book that matters. The page that finally tells you something about what's going on. Here's the thing. There's a good deal of a thing to read that you're welcome to. What matters the most is the first column. If you want to read the whole thing, you can.
Okay.
But I am going to first share it with the audience. And
Oh, hell yeah.
then let me go and share it with you. Here we go. Show to everyone.
Ooh. You even formatted it. Oh, man.
Ooh.
I
Fancy.
formatted it to kind of look like an old, manual or something like that. Would someone like to read it? Someone feel comfortable reading what it says?
Yeah, I'll take care. What paragraph did you want us to focus
Basically,
on?
just want to read the entire column on the left, going all the
Got
way
it.
down.
Okay. All right. In the Black Book of Von Junst, it is written that behind all civilizations, races, and lands we know, they clustered around a vanished nation that flourished 200,000 years ago, to which legend has given the name of Mu. And in a kingdom known as Kana were the first human people who had found monstrous ruins left by those who had dwelt there before, unknown entities which had filtered down from the stars. There we go. Kana was a sacred place, since from its mist rose the bleak basalt cliffs of Mount Yadith Go, topped by a gigantic fortress of cyclopean stone, infinitely older than mankind and built by the alien spawn of the dark planet Yugoth, which had colonized the Earth before the birth of terrestrial life. The spawn of Yugoth had perished aeons before, but had left behind them one monstrous and terrible living thing which could never die. Their hellish god or patron daemon, Ghatanothoa, which brooded eternally unseen in the crypts beneath that fortress. No human creature had ever climbed Yadith Go, yet most agreed that Ghatanothoa was still there. People said, all right, cool. People said if no victims were offered, Ghatanothoa would ooze up to the light of day and lumber down the basalt cliffs, bringing doom to all it might encounter. For no living thing could behold Ghatanothoa, or even a perfect graven image of it, however small, without suffering a change more horrible than death itself. Sight of the god meant paralysis and petrification, in which the victim was turned to stone and leather on the outside, while the brain remained perpetually alive, horribly fixed, imprisoned through the ages. Most brains, of course, would go mad long before this aeon deferred release would end, and so there was a cult in Kana which worshipped Ghatanothoa, and each year sacrificed to it 12 young warriors and 12 young maidens. Vast was the power of the priests of Ghatanothoa, since upon them alone depended the preservation of Kana and of all the land of Mu from the petrifying emergence of Ghatanothoa. It was in the year of the red moon that a human being first dared to breathe defiance against Ghatanothoa. This bold heretic was Tiag, who had thought long on the powers of the various gods. In the end, he felt sure that the gods friendly to man could be arrayed against the hostile gods, and believed that Shub, Niggurath, Noog, and Yeb, as well as Yig the serpent god, were ready to take sides with man against the tyranny and presumption of Ghatanothoa. Inspired by the mother goddess, Tiag wrote down a strange formula and the hieratic language of his order, which he believed would keep the possessor immune from the dark god's petrifying power. So Tiag wrote his protective formula on a scroll and enclosed it in a cylinder. Keep going, or are we good?
I think you probably have the most important bits.
I'd say so. Yep.
So with that, we head to the school. I think what we should do is just take a short break, and we'll come back and see how you fare. All right?
Right on.
Okay.
Sounds great.
So 1 second. I have to just make sure. I have so many windows open for this. All right. So, guys, we will be right back. And don't go anywhere. Thanks. All right, we are back. Before we begin, I'm going to try to make some fixes to the audio. I was told that there were some echo effects happening. Hopefully
Good deal.
we can get rid of that. All right. Can I have everybody say hello real quick? All
Hello.
right, wonderful. Now I can't hear you, and I think I know why. I'm going to...
Quick, Handler can't hear us. All right, what's the plan? Okay, so we're gonna go to the school.
That's real obnoxious.
Okay, so get here. Okay, so we're gonna go to
let's
school.
see.
The kid
Gotta get that
Yeah.
statue.
get
Yeah,
the
so I see everybody's levels, but I don't hear you. How
Yeah,
do
maybe we
I
shouldn't look at this thing.
do this? Let's see.
Handler gone.
Can...
Metagame.
Okay, so it sounds better, Allegra says, but the problem is you're not coming through in the audio output. Here we go. Audio output. Default, that doesn't help.
No one talk whenever he makes it when he asks us to talk,
Hmm.
or like act like you're talking. Yeah.
Try this. Check, check. Nope. Let me put some music. Let me start some music here and see if I hear. Ah, so there is plenty of music. Can't hear you. Let's see.
Oh, Matt, they can hear us.
They can hear us.
Oh no, but chat, you're on our side, okay?
That's
You're
right.
on our side here.
That's right.
I think, unfortunately, we're going to have to go back to the old method because otherwise I can't hear you and then we can't play the game. That's not going to be any fun.
Yeah, it might be the music.
So let's see, monitor. Maybe just monitor. No. Okay. So audience, I
Good
oh, I
old.
can hear
Yes.
myself. That's weird. Can you hear me?
Can
Vince,
hear you? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I hear a double of myself, and I'm curious as to why that is. Might be because... Interesting. All right, we're going to go like this for now. Now I'm echoing, everybody says. Okay, let's see. If I mute myself... Can you hear me? Yes, you can hear me now. Oh, I know why. Because I am monitoring and outputting myself, and that's dumb. Okay, so we are back. These are the problems with streaming that we continue to work on, but I hope you guys are having fun. How are you all feeling?
Loving it.
It's great.
Nearly at the end here. So let's paint the picture. It's now 12 o'clock. Agent Bones. On the drive over, you learn what Vince just read. What do you do?
I'm gonna look at Grizz and I'm gonna be like, so I have a feeling that whatever they printed is the source of our problems. So I feel like if we can get this thing and get out of here, we should be fine.
Without looking at it.
Just don't look at it. Don't just like put it in a bag.
So call them and tell them that since they're on their way over there right now.
Yeah, I'll call FTD. It's probably not driving.
Yep. I love
So
yeah, I let it ring a few times. Yeah, I answered.
hello. So I think we know what the problem is. These kids printed an image of a god or something that wasn't supposed to be like in a tangible form. So if we can secure that object that the brother has, we should be fine.
Should we destroy it?
Yeah, maybe. Did it say anything in there about destroying it? There's like something. There's something like a protective formula or something.
ritual.
Yeah, we could like maybe like secure it.
But don't look
you,
at it.
You know that your handler did mention also kind of securing what you could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Can
don't.
we
But
just
don't
3D
look
print
at it.
another one?
Well, probably, but right now it's an actual thing, so we should at least secure the current problem, and then we'll work on the other problem later.
These fucking guys. All right.
All right.
All right.
Just also, don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Don't look at
it. Don't pay no mind to it. Just put it in a bag.
I'm calling it now. We destroy the one that's currently running around, and we keep the STL file. We provide that to the handler. If he doesn't fucking like it, fuck him.
All right.
Told you I like Grizz.
All right, so we'll say that FTD and Vigil, you arrive first at the home. I think I may have fixed the echo issue, by the way. You guys
Beautiful.
arrive at the Perkins School for the Blind first. This is a rather large campus consisting of 2 large administrative buildings that are split in the center by a courtyard. You pull up. What do you do?
How are we gonna tell a kid? How do we find a kid in a school?
I was gonna keep trying to do the bit of like just talking to myself. Okay, sorry. Just to freak you out, Sergio. Okay, so yeah, so who was just pulled up? I believe it was Vigil and
You in the same car with FTD. It's just the 2 of you right now.
Yep.
And we'll say about
Perfect.
5 to 10 minutes behind is the other 2.
Can we identify which? You said there's 2 admin buildings.
Yes, there are 2 buildings, one to the left, one to the right in front of you. It's just at this point, if you want to make a search roll, you can to see if you can deduce what is the side of the building that is an administrative building.
Let's do it. All right.
We'll say that you get there a little bit early. It's 12:15. You got about 15 minutes to figure out before show and tell.
Fuck.
Got 23 versus 70 success there.
That's a success. You head over to the building on your left. You see that it is called Building A, and you do see a little plaque that says Principal's Office, Administrative Building, etc.
Got it. Yeah, we're Vigil at least is hauling ass. He's going to get in there and see if he can't find a desk, a person with a computer who can identify where Andrew Williams is going to be at about this time.
Okay, and what are you doing, Agent FTD?
Following. I'm not really good at speaking to people, and I just got pretty shaken. You might see me just kind of scratching the scar on my underneath my turtleneck. So, yeah, just trying to keep it together and not snap.
Gotcha.
Hiding my firearm.
Yes, exactly. You have your firearm on you.
Hiding it.
I think not long after Grizz and Bones would show up. So you pull up, you see the car, you don't see the agents.
We're not gonna have a whole time to find this kid, right? What time is it? 12:15.
We got 15 minutes.
We got 15 minutes to find this kid.
Um,
I have a terrible idea.
fire alarm.
Fire alarm. Fire alarm. If we can't go to the kid, we'll bring the kid to us.
Let's do it.
I want to find a fire alarm. I want to pull it.
Okay.
Great minds think alike, Eli.
I think that Agent Vigil would have just enough time to at least get to the principal's office. Agent Vigil, what do you say to these folks when you walk up?
Yeah, he'll
principals.
approach. Right. So are we dealing with the principal themselves, or are we dealing with like a
there's actually
secretary?
just somebody at a desk. Looks like a front desk clerk or something.
Receptionist, something like that.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah.
How
can I help you, sir?
Yeah. All right. Listen, we need to identify and find an Andrew Williams. He's a student here, and he's in trouble. And if there's still continued resistance, he'll pull out his badge and show it just to her, or them, whoever we're dealing with.
Could you tell me why you need to speak to Andrew?
I'm Agent Chandler with the FBI. His family has recently suffered a death in the family. His older brother, in fact. We think he might be in trouble.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, let me get his mother on the line and just confirm that this is okay. And she picks up the phone.
Is the FBI not good enough, ma'am?
I'm sorry. I just can't release a child to you. I don't know who you are.
We are with the federal government, and he is in dire need.
If you'd like, make a persuade roll.
Got it.
Is the FBI not good enough?
He's getting a little snappy. All right, I'm gonna roll for that.
Hey, there you go.
That is a success. She says, yeah, all right, fine. Let me just look here, and she has a clipboard. She's
Thank you.
looking through the clipboard, kind of going through it, and that's when the alarm goes off, the fire alarm. She immediately puts the clipboard down and is like, oh my gosh, there's a... let me go see what's happening. And she gets up and kind of walks away from the desk.
Run.
Let's grab that clipboard. Yeah.
Okay. You grab the clipboard, what are you
info
doing with it?
We're looking for Andrew Williams.
All right.
We're looking for class, lunchroom. Where's this kid at?
I think it's...
I don't want her to get too far away from us, though, just in case we're going to need a guide.
Gotcha. So what are you doing to keep her around?
I'm going to try to get her attention and try to keep her from running off. But I know I'm not good at that kind of stuff.
Okay,
So.
I mean, I think she certainly, if you're calling, she'd stop and kind of turn to see what you're doing. But if you do want to try to persuade her to stay, give me a persuade roll.
Let's try it. Let's see here. Persuade.
Let me know.
There it is.
You got this.
Oh, yeah. There it is.
That's close though.
That's an 84
Ooh.
failure. You certainly get her attention for a moment, but she's like, sir, you're going to have to come outside. We can discuss this outside. We have to get everybody out. Agent Vigil, you look quickly through the roster. You find Andrew Williams' name. He is in a 6th grade class in the B building on the 2nd floor, and they give you the room and everything.
B building, 2nd floor.
B building, 2nd floor, and the room C or something like that. Slowly but surely, Agent Grizz and Agent Bones, you do see folks starting to file out of the building. Lots of kids, teachers. The teachers seem to not have visual impairments, but most of the students do seem to. So it's a little bit of a process, but now there are dozens and dozens of children blocking the entrances to these buildings.
I mean, unless he's got it on him, he's gonna have it in his like backpack and stuff. So we might be able to circle around and just try to pilfer through bags or.
Yeah, did it look like the kids have their bags with them?
Yes, it does seem some of them do. Not all of them, but some of them do.
Got it. Okay. Building B is one of the ones. Well, we don't know where he's at yet.
Yeah,
So.
but both buildings, there are children coming out, teachers and students.
Okay.
I
So
would
I
say that
yeah.
within a minute or two of this happening, Vigil would probably be walking out with FTD, carrying a clipboard, and I think it's obvious that he
Okay.
would tell you where to find the child.
Yeah, we'll wave them down and tell them, hey, some of the kids have bags, so we're going to start looking for Andrew. Because, I mean, we'll know what he looks like, so we saw the pictures of the family members in the house. So just start looking for a face in the crowd.
Handler, do we have contact with one another? Are we able to call each other? Is that some information that was
I think you could
exchanged?
probably text each other. Yeah, text or call.
Got
I'll
it.
be on that.
Yeah, and that would just be that because Vigil's next plan of action is to head for Building B.
Yeah.
He wouldn't believe that Andrew would take it with him, and I think we're all kind of on the same page. So he's going to go look for a bag in Building B, and he's going to ask for the others to, if they can get a hold of Andrew, maybe any sort of details about the bag, anything that might help us locate it.
Okay, good call. Yeah.
Okay, so who's going
Got
into
it.
the building to try to find Andrew? Okay, and then
I'll
what are the
go.
other two doing? You're just kind of staying outside? And...
So yeah, looking for Andrew in the crowd. So I think those
Gotcha.
two, Vigil and Bones, are going to go up and look for the bag in the classroom. Grizz and FTD, we're going to hang outside and look for Andrew himself to try to get a description for the bag.
Perfect.
Gotcha. Bones and Vigil, you head upstairs, you find the classroom. It has been emptied. However, standing in the corner of the room is a mummified woman.
Oh, shit.
Looks to be the teacher of the class. What are you doing?
Oh.
I would like to see if that figurine is there.
You do a glance. Go ahead and make a luck roll.
The luck roll. I love it.
Bones as fuck.
Bye,
I
Bones.
failed.
Okay.
Oh no.
I'm getting help.
It seems like all of the students walked out with their backpacks. You don't see any backpacks on the ground or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna immediately call Grizz and I'm gonna tell him this like the kid's got his bag
Okay.
and then we should go.
Yeah,
Grizz,
I'm
FTD,
looking.
Give me search rolls.
Oh, baby,
no.
you got it. All right.
Oh boy.
Okay. Oh, there you go. Yep, I got a 41 out of 80. And if yeah,
16 out of 80.
Very
that's
good.
what I'm talking about.
You both succeed. Kind of at the same moment, you're combing through the crowd of kids, and you see little Andrew Williams. He's like a 10, 11-year-old, eyes closed, just kind of standing there. He has his backpack on. What are you doing?
Hey, Andrew, buddy.
Yes.
Just rip it off.
Yeah, my name is Nate. I'm a friend of your mom's, and I'm a friend of your brother's. Listen, do you have the figurine with you?
Why do you want the figurine? It's mine.
It is. No, you're absolutely right. Your brother needs it though. We got to get it back to him. So, is it in your backpack?
The bell rang and we all had to just leave, but Miss Higgins wasn't telling us what to do, so we just walked out. He starts opening his backpack and.
Hey, no. Just keep that closed. Is it in your bag, buddy?
No, they didn't hand it back
Where's it
to
at?
me.
Who didn't
Just
hand it back
as-
to you?
Just as you're hearing him explain this, you hear a little boy behind you say, "Excuse me, this is Andrew's." And in his hand is the miniature.
I'm gonna close my eyes fucking tight.
You will
And
attempt
say-
a dodge roll
Oh,
because you know the legend of Ghatanothoa.
No.
You will attempt a
Oh,
dodge roll, and
shit.
if you fail, something bad happens.
yes, sir. Bye, everybody.
Wait, what did you roll? Wait, what did you roll?
See the roll.
73 out of 60, folks.
Oh no.
You're in the moment, you're trying to fight, seeing this thing, you're trying to keep Andrew from doing anything, and this little boy kind of taps you on the shoulder, and you just kind of instinctively look. I'm going to ask you to make a sanity roll.
Got it. Okay, I can do that.
If you succeed, you may take one action.
Got it. Okay. All right, I
right,
succeed
so-
with the 37.
So here's what happens. Agent FTD, you see Agent Grizz kind of trying to get, and this little boy walks up behind him. Agent Grizz looks back, and his face just kind of fills with horror. And as it happens, almost as if a steam pipe burst, all of the moisture in his body begins to expel at once. Agent Grizz, you have succeeded on your sanity roll. I will allow you one action before
All right.
you become a mummy.
I'm going to reach out and try to grab the figurine in both hands and cup it so that way when rigor mortis sets in and my body completely dries up and hardens up, the figurine is encased in my hands.
That is amazing.
Ooh.
I love that.
Smart. That's smart.
Agent Grizz, or excuse me, Agent FTD, I need you to make a sanity check as you witness him become a mummy in like 4 seconds.
Fucking beautiful.
All right, here we go. Pass.
Pass. You
Oh,
are
my
rolling a
man.
D4.
Let's do it.
Hey.
We're just bad luck
Yes.
together.
You lost only one sanity. If you can project it if you like, but only one sanity goes. Agent FTD, what are you doing in this moment as eventually Grizz just becomes a mummy and just kind of tips over and falls to the ground? None of the visually impaired kids really seem to notice, but
Sprinkler goes off.
yeah, there are some
so let's
children
see.
who are like, "What is this sprinkler going off? What's going on?"
Jesus Christ.
This mist, this layer of water is just slowly falling.
Okay, so did you want to know what I projected as, or did you want to know?
Well, you lost one sanity, so that's fine. So if
Yeah.
you want to project it onto a bond, you can. Otherwise, you can keep going.
Yeah, I'll project it to my therapist who helps me out with these kind of things.
Roll a d4,
Taking
and
the
you're going to
L.
subtract that from your willpower and from that bond, what the result is.
4.
Ooh, all right. So you're going to lose 4 willpower, and you're going to reduce your bond with your therapist by 4.
So does that mean my sanity doesn't go down, or
Yes,
does it
you
still?
do not lose any sanity. At the
Oh, then I
sacrifice
wouldn't
of
have
4
lost it the first
willpower.
time. Damn, I would have survived the paranoia. I did it wrong. It's all
all
good.
good. It's part of
So
playing the
I
game.
put it back in.
So what are you doing in this insane moment?
Well, as morbid as it is, I kind of expected this to happen. So once it does, I just kind of go right into action mode as a functional psychopath, and I just whip off my jacket, my lab coat, and it goes right over the body.
Okay,
Right over Agent Grizz, who I know is still alive. So
Bones and Vigil, you guys are returning. What are you guys doing? There is still the body of Miss Higgins that is propped up against the wall.
We gotta take this body with us. We can't leave it behind.
Well, okay.
So, Vigil, can you carry her?
Is this the right time for this? I don't.
We
Have you
have to
heard-
secure this information regardless. So we gotta move. These kids can't come back to their teacher just like in a mummy form, man. We gotta take it regardless.
All right. Is there Vigil search for anything that might contain the body? A bag or box?
teacher
Bones,
supply.
do you
Any-
wanna-
anything-
Is it Vigil or Bones that is looking for a way to?
I mean, I'll look too. I would want like at least a curtain or something to wrap the body in, and we gotta carry it out.
All right, I think it's easy enough. You can find. Actually, you know what? I will ask for a search roll. This is in the heat of the moment. Let me get search rolls
Okay.
between the two of you.
Yeah.
See if either of
You
you
got it.
succeed to find something.
I succeed.
Okay.
Nice. I'll go ahead and even though you
15.
succeeded, I'll go ahead and get you another one. Another success there.
All right. Vigil, you find that there is like a tablecloth that is used maybe for arts and crafts or something like that. And Agent Bones, you step out and you see that there are trash bags that were left on the janitor's kind of broom. What is it called? Cart.
Okay,
Black
I'm gonna
trash
grab the
bags
trash.
or-
Yeah.
We'll start with this cloth. I think it should. If it covers the body, then we'll go with this cloth. Yeah.
It covers it sufficiently. It's a little bit like a tortilla or a burrito, but you can wrap them up. And they only weigh about 30, 40 pounds. It's pretty easy to heft it over your shoulder.
Shoulder it and let's go.
All right. Did they find it? Are you talking to them?
Talking to what? Wait.
Our team outside. Are they finding what we're looking for?
I told them that the kids probably got the bag and
Okay,
all of that
alright.
stuff. So let's just
We'll
take
get this to
her
the
and let's
car.
go.
We'll get this to the car. All right.
You both rush down the stairs, Vigil carrying this body. When you come outside, you see Agent FTD kind of huddled with his jacket down on the ground over a body. The children around him seem to be agitated, and there are teachers now, Agent FTD, that are like, "Hey, what's going on over there?" And people coming over. What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna lie. I'm gonna say
Oh,
well, one, I'm a doctor. That's accurate. And my buddy here, he's got a condition. So we need some space. If you can safely get these kids away from us right now. I'm looking around to see if the rest of the team is at least.
You can see them coming
shot, or
out
else
of
I'm gonna
Building
call
B.
them.
He's severely introverted. Don't talk to him. Don't even look at him.
is there a way that we could get Vigil out of there with the body while everybody's focused on FTD?
I mean,
Can I
if you
like-
would like to attempt that?
Yeah, I'm gonna run over there and try to cause a distraction with FTD so we can at least have one body be a little bit discreet.
Okay.
Sure.
What happens is, Vigil, you start heading to the car, right?
Correct.
Bones and FTD, you're kind of trying to calm down the teachers You make it, Bones. But as you guys are trying to calm them down, a security guard is walking up. And he's like, all right, what's going on here? What's going on? Hey, what are you guys doing?
I look at FDD. Scatter. Let's run. Grab the body and go. We don't have time for this. Let's go.
Are you running, Bones?
I'm gonna start.
5-0,
You're
5-0.
building.
Yeah.
Remember, this security guard just thinks you stole a kid. Like you wrapped a kid up in a lab coat, and you just started booking it.
He
Like
doesn't know what's going on.
he doesn't know what's happening.
Bones is running Agent FTD. What are you doing?
Oh man. Let's see. So it's one security guard.
And you are quite.
I suppose we
paranoid
do
at
have
this
to
point,
get out of here. Yeah, I'm probably freaking out. So
Grab the body. Let's go.
yeah, we also know that the fire department's probably going to be here very soon.
Yep,
So
you can hear the sirens not far away.
Let's go.
so okay, I'm gonna like pat through the jacket because did I see that he had.
Yes, you saw in his
security?
last moments that he kind of wraps his hand around something and then collapsed on the ground.
All right, I'm just gonna, as quickly as I can, just kind of like pinch off that part, wrap it in the sleeve so I know that it's like secured, and then
Okay.
I'm just gonna, sorry, pick him up and just run.
All right, I'm gonna ask that Agent FTD make an athletics check versus the security guard as he sees you start running and he's gonna try to tackle you. He doesn't know what you're doing. Oh no! Oh no!
Not great.
Oh no!
Failed.
Oh no!
Oh, close too.
Okay, he succeeds with a 13 out of 50.
Oh.
I'm gonna say that
Nice.
he tackles you.
Fair.
Vigil, you put the body in the car, you look up, and you see that Bones is running towards you, and you see that FTD has just been tackled by a security guard.
What the fuck? Bones, where is Grizz?
That's Grizz.
What?
Grizz is a mummy. We can't leave Grizz behind.
He'll run
Do
over
something.
he'll run over to the security guard. Yeah. Is he able to make it there?
Well,
in
let's
an
see.
action?
FTD with a dexterity of 17. I'm going to say that you're going to go first in this initiative. FTD, you've been pulled to the ground by this security guard, and he's like starting to see what you're carrying, and he's like, "Oh my god!" I'm going to have him make a sanity check. But what are you doing in this time?
If he's gonna start trying to uncover it, I'm not going to watch.
It looks like he's mostly reacting to the mummy. He hasn't really noticed the little idol that you know that he's carrying. He's more just like, oh my god, this is disgusting. But he is trying to keep you in place. So you can either try to get him off of you, or you can just let him keep you pinned.
Let's see.
Or you could let go of the mummy and run.
No, I gotta fight him off.
All right,
It's not
how
gonna
are
be
you going to
good,
fight
but-
him off? Are you going to try to just break free of this pin, or are you going to try to shoot him, or what?
Is there any way I could like just try to, I don't know, like slip his grasp, that kind of thing, rather than?
There's a way to,
I don't think I'm gonna outmuscle him. So
There is a way to escape. A roll to escape a pin. You either roll a strength times 5 or an unarmed combat roll, whichever is better for you. Strength times 5 or unarmed combat.
on a strength times 5.
Okay.
Oh, it's the same thing. So okay.
That's always good.
Yeah. All right. So let's try the unarmed combat. Success.
Hey!
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Good job, buddy.
Nice.
So
Jeez.
even though he kind of gets you to the ground, you're able to squirm off of him. I'll say that you still have the body and you get up. I think he's going to pull out he's in the process of pulling out his weapon. Briggs, you see this. You see FTD making a beeline for you, and you see the security guard starting to kind of fumble for his gun.
Yeah, we'll put a hand up, and just as he's done twice already now, flash that badge yet again, and say, "Sir, I promise you're interfering with federal business. We need you to step aside."
Okay, I will allow you to make a persuade check at -20, as this is the heat of battle, and I don't know if he'd completely be ready to stand down.
Gotcha, understood. Let's see here. -20. Submit.
Yes.
Still
I'm seeing a
success.
success here. All
Very
right,
nice.
all right. Nice.
He
Good job, man.
sees the badge, recognizes it, kind of stops pulling his weapon out, puts his hand up, and watches as Agent FTD stumbles back to the car. What are the three
Make sure
of
the
you
kids are safe and run back. Yeah.
Make sure the kids are
doing? Worry about the kids.
Yeah. We're gonna hop back into that driver's seat if no one else has, and to FCD. Okay, I don't know what Bones was talking about, but where is Grizz?
Grizz is down. We've secured the object, but Grizz is down. I'm holding Agent
Son of
Grizz.
a bitch.
That's Grizz.
Ugh.
Go ahead and.
Grizz,
I'm
what
gonna
are you
ask
thinking
that,
right now?
Bones and
You're not
Vigil both
dead.
make sanity checks so that you know this is your
God
dear
damn it.
departed Grizz.
No, Grizz.
I wanted to sugarcoat it, but I wouldn't have.
What are you thinking, Grizz? Like what? Like, cause you're technically still alive, right?
Yeah.
I'm succeeding.
Probably
Oh,
howling in
really?
agony.
So Eli, you're only going to lose one. Matt S will say that you lose a D4.
I'm holding back the tears. I don't want to be sad about it.
Maybe there's a way to bring him
D4.
back, is what you're thinking,
Maybe.
right?
Yes,
All right,
yes.
so
The whole
Matt, what'd you roll for your sanity?
3. We rolled 3 there.
Okay, do you want to project that, or are you going to just eat it?
Could you explain more in depth? Sorry.
If you project it, you just could possibly not lose that much sanity. You'd roll another D4, and one of your bonds would be diminished, but you might not lose all 3 sanity points.
And when I do lose all 3,
Nothing
looking at
happens.
80.
Not until you lose at least 5 do you go temporarily insane. So right now you're fine.
okay, let's stand by it. We'll stand by it and not project that. Yeah.
With 3 bodies now in the vehicle, what are the 3 of you doing?
Didn't Grizz call in a place we were supposed to go to, like a hangar or an Air Force base? Is that we should be
Where
going?
are we going?
We should be going there.
He did.
Right.
You
Okay,
make your way. You make your way to that Air Force base. What was the name of it again, Vince?
Hanscom.
Hanscom, yeah.
You head to Hanscom. You make the call to your handler, and after a maybe 30, 40 minutes of kind of waiting around, a helicopter arrives. It lands, and a team of folks in paramilitary, pararescue clothing jump out, and they start questioning. They start asking what's going on. They want to see what you are handing over to them.
Don't look at it.
We're handing over. Yeah. So I'll just start explaining. We're handing over three bodies that have been mummified. There is apparently a creature of some kind that, if you see the image, it does this to it. It's currently secured in the body of Agent Grizz. And then I think I'll turn over the Out of Aeon's book.
Okay.
And whatever other evidence, a Fitbit if we still have it, and then anything else that we have.
One of the pararescue there are kind of, starting to take the bodies from you, and you explain the story, and they say, well, he gave his life at least to protect everybody. That's something.
Yeah, he's still alive in there. This isn't some exhibit for the MFA. All right, asshole. My buddy's still alive here.
Duly noted. They take the bodies, they load them into the helicopter, and they fly away. And I think that's where we can bring this scenario to a close.
Oh, man.
Oh shit!
How do you guys feel?
Oh,
that was good.
So
That was
good.
that outside of an elementary school, man. That's rough.
That was fun. That was fun.
It was very fun watching you
dark.
slowly come to realize, oh, show and tell. Maybe we should check that out.
Yeah. As soon as you said show and tell, I'm like, no, you.
Not only that, but show and tell at a school for the visually impaired. Oh man.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, that's
Well,
like,
that's
just the teachers, man.
That's where the little twist existed, in that it wasn't going to be the boy Andrew showing it. It was going to be him passing it around and folks touching it. That's how a lot of times blind folks kind of interact with objects. So my hope was that you would actually go to the class. That was ingenious of you two guys. Pull the fire.
It was.
I was like, we don't have time for this.
Yeah. I love, though, that we were thinking the same thing and all we did was look at each other. Fire alarm.
Fire alarm.
Fire alarm.
That was great. I want to thank you guys for the amazing time. You are all
Thank you,
incredible
Serge.
content
Yes,
creators.
thank you.
Can we go in order, the same order as our beginning lineup, and can we talk about what you do and if you have anything to promote? Start with Vince.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. So Vince here, running Black Project Gaming. We've got our Night at the Opera Delta Green campaign and the first few episodes of our Impossible Landscapes campaign. But I will be joining the Mayday crew here soon to run them through White Wolf Publishing's 2003 campaign Orpheus.
Yeah.
So I'm very much looking forward to that. And I want to thank you, Serge, for running this. Eli, Matt, and Matt, thank you both. This was a lot of fun. It was great playing with y'all.
Hell yeah.
That's it for me.
With Matt J.
That was awesome. Yeah, playing some kind of awful hard game in my hometown. So yeah, if you had picked one of the other blind deaf schools in the area, it'd be down the street from my house.
Oh, interesting.
That's great.
I wish I had. That would have been even cooler. I think I was stalking you or something.
I'll meet you guys there.
Great place for sledding. So which it never made sense to me that they have this massive hill outside of blind school, but that's
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Anyway, I am Matt, Dungeon Glitch on the online, mainly Twitter. I own Gem Firefly. We make goofy shirts for
Softest
nerds.
swag ever.
So yeah, I mostly do a lot of charity work and help out the community, and I like just promoting and assisting any creator I can. So
Hell yes.
that's pretty much me right now.
It's Eli.
Ooh, hi, I'm Eli. I'm a part of Mayday, so you'll definitely check me out there. I run our current D&D campaign set in my homebrew world of Ashoka. Next Friday, we will be running a awesome little one-shot with a collaboration with Lex Tatanamaki, as well as a couple of the folks from Cast Die podcast. So it's going to be a really awesome time. We'll be doing that at 7 p.m. on Friday. And yeah, anything else, you'll just check me out on Mayday.
Nice. And last but not least, of course, for myself. I am Matt S. coming from Spot Hidden. You can check us out on any social media platform, same name. Currently, we have a game coming up again tomorrow night at 7 Central. That's going to be part of Huddy Hubbard's Octoon Pulp Cthulhu, based around Call of Cthulhu, his homebrew, universe there, and that's a lot of fun. It's very action oriented, if that's your thing, to make sure it keeps running smoothly. Stay tuned, especially if you are interested in it. I will be bringing back. I had one episode a long time ago involving the reaping scenario, which is essentially Call of Cthulhu's and Chaosium's take on the post-apocalyptic. And that's something I've continued to work on in terms of writing. I'm just trying to make sure it's as pristine as I can make it. So stay tuned for some post-apocalypse, and tune in for some Octoon World War II action-oriented Call of Cthulhu stuff. It's good
Hell
times.
yeah.
Yes.
So good.
That's all I got for you.
So, I want to personally promote Delta Green, the game. If you guys enjoyed watching us play, you can play yourselves. If you visit delta-green.com, you can actually download the basic rules for free. It's pretty awesome. I do want to thank Sirenscape and Tabletop Audio for the music. Unfortunately, I think that might have caused some echoing issues, but that's okay. We got through it nonetheless. I do want to also thank, special thanks to Eric Tinberg, who is a patron subscriber, friend of the show. Eli, you might know him as He Who Wants Jeans.
Jeans.
He helped me edit the scenario. He was a big help.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Jeans.
Jeans, buddy. All right.
Jeans.
Finally, thanks to everybody watching. If you enjoyed the scenario and think you might want to run it for your agents, I will be making it available on our Patreon at patreon.com/MaydayRP. The Handler's Guide will be there. Consider subscribing to us, and we currently have an offer where we will send you a cool little sticker of our logo.
Yes. So good.
Thank you guys, thank you players, thank you everyone that watched. I had such a blast running this for you guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I hope to do a couple more of these. So maybe we'll have some of
Yes.
you back and have some more crazy stuff.
Let's do
Hell
it.
yeah.
Here for it.
All
Let's do
right.
it.
All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Have a
See you,
good
everybody.
one.
Thanks.
Bye.